Hey fam, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to another episode of Life in Tattoos with Geraldine. So I want to talk about something that a lot of us experience or have experienced one time or the other in our journey of our professional careers. So it's about career curveballs. I know that this is one thing that affects so many people, or some people have been affected by. Our career path isn't always a straight line. Or we finish school, we get this job, and we have the perfect career all the way. Sometimes it can be rocky. It can be just take us through different paths. So it's not always one way progression. There are some times that we'll have to do a certain job that might not even be related to whatever it is we want to do. But if we don't give up on that job, the skills that we'll learn can propel us for the better job that we're looking for. So, career curveballs could happen to anyone, could happen at any time. We saw what happened during the COVID, the disruptions. There was a lot of disruptions. We saw people, jobs being shut down, and we also saw the rise of new jobs. This is something that a lot of us can relate to. Apart from this COVID disruption that happened, career curveballs could come at a time maybe when there's a layoff. We even experienced that during the COVID period. There are a lot of layoffs, some companies closed down. Apart from that, it could happen due to the health of the individual, or even just company decision. So what do you do? How do you navigate this career curveball? So one thing I would say that could really help in navigating this career curveball is to just first of all pause, take a break. So you need to reassess. Okay, what do I really want to do? What do I want to get out of my career? Where am I now? What am I currently doing that will help me to get to that career path, or that will help me achieve that career path that I want to achieve? So the next thing is to lean into your network. This is why I'll always say network, network, network. So in my last real that I did in my last episode that I did about the fintech, where I went for a fintech event, that I shared. I had the chance to meet with other fintech players. So this isn't just about, oh, you're being social, you want to go out. I used to be an introvert, yeah. So I'm not just shy, awkward, but then I realized it wasn't helping my career in any way. So one thing that you need to do, you need to step out of your shell. You need to meet people. It's actually very important, because in times where you might be experiencing difficulty trying to get a job, or maybe you're experiencing this career couple, it's actually good to lean into the network that you have. Look at the right people, people that will help you, people that would refer you to positions. Yes, so that is one way you can navigate that career combo. Another way you can navigate that career combo is by continuous learning. So this is actually being underestimated. We cannot overemphasize the importance of continuous learning. For instance, I'll give an instance. So while I was out of school, the first job that I did was a teaching job. My pay was 35,000 naira every month, and it wasn't something that I was proud of. Coming from a background of history and international studies, I actually wanted to go into tech, but I wasn't sure. It was kind of confusing. How do I navigate my career? How do I get to where I want to be? So all this happened within a space of 5 years, from 2020, 2021 to 2025 now. Right now, I would say I am where I need to be in my career, because it's been, an amazing journey. But I didn't get here overnight. While I was still doing my teaching job, I had the chance to learn. I got a lot of discouragement per se from people say, oh, why don't you focus on teaching? But that is not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to. Don't get me wrong, teaching is good. I love teaching. teaching, you can teach in so many ways. It doesn't have to be in the classroom, but I didn't want to do that kind of teaching. So I had to invest the time in learning, going on LinkedIn, going on Coursera, learning different courses about the field that I wanted to go into, which was product operations analysis. So yes, so that is one thing that we need to learn into. So look at the field that you want to go into, the career path, learn, connect with people, and so one thing I'll say is not just doing theoretical learning, so you also need to get practical exposure. I remember joining some boot camps where you have access to do trainings, do projects, do all of those things. There was even one I joined on Forage. So Forage is an online network where you can learn. There are a lot of companies on Forage, like KPMG, PwC, a lot of them, where you can do virtual learning, virtual internship with them. So this will give you hands-on projects. For instance, if you want to be a project manager, you could check out Forage. So you get hands-on project or experience rather on what it is to be a project manager for a day, so you know how it works. So I'll say learn, learn, learn. Lastly, what I'll say is don't put yourself under any pressure. So if you are currently experiencing a career curveball, I know it could be hard, very hard to say, oh, how do I get that perfect job, how do I advance my career? But then I would say just give yourself time, just breathe, trust the process. That is one thing that works, because the more you put yourself under pressure, you find yourself trying a lot of things. Oh, you want to try out this, you want to try out that, but it's not as if that is wrong. Sometimes we might need to try out different things to find out what works for us, but it's best if we figure out, okay, this is the career I want to go into. So give yourself that break, give yourself that time, don't rush yourself. And then last but not the least, do not underestimate the power of small beginnings. So like I mentioned, the teaching job that I was doing, it was actually a small job, but it actually gave me the skills that I needed for the other jobs that I got. I learned how to coordinate, I learned how to organize things. So teaching actually helped my organization skills. So there are some transferable skills that we'll get from those jobs that we look down on. So don't look down on that job that you think it's small. It will actually give you the skills that you need to learn. It might not even be, on the job skills or tech skills. It might be soft skills. So yeah, so I hope you stay hopeful if you're currently experiencing a career curveball. And if you need to talk to someone on how to navigate a career curveball or improve in your career journey, you can always reach out to me. If you need help with your CV review, you can always reach out to me and I'll be sure to engage with you. So I hope you have a great weekend. Cheers. Bye.